Welcome to the IDEC video on entering follow-up data. And let's get right to it. What do we mean by entering follow-up data? This means that you can enter data for students who were served in previous school years. So who can enter this follow-up data? It can be entered by teachers and teacher leaders. Teachers can enter data for the children that they've served in previous school years, and teacher leaders can enter data for any child in their site from a previous school year. So how do you enter this follow-up data? Let's take a look. After logging on to the IDEC website, the first thing you're going to do is click the Data tab. This will take you to the Student Data page where you'll move your mouse down to the School Year drop-down box and pick a previous school year. You now will see a list of students from the previous school year. Move your mouse over to the right-hand side of the screen where it says Follow Up and click the Follow Up page for a student. You should now see a long list of questions that can be answered for this student. Okay, so we now know how to get to a student's follow-up data. But what kind of follow-up data can you enter for your students? Well, let's go back to the website and take a look. The follow-up data page has questions on it by grade level, going from 2nd grade all the way up to 12th grade. Each grade level has 7 questions that can be answered for a student. The first question asks you to indicate whether or not the child was retained in that grade. The next set of questions allow you to enter the scores of up to 3 standardized tests the child took during that year. For each standardized test, you can give the name of the test and the score on the standardized test. The test score text boxes will accept both numeric and text responses. So if your standardized test gives a raw score, you can enter that number. If your standardized test gives categories such as below average, above average, you can enter those as well. So we've learned now that we can enter follow-up data. We know where it goes and what can be entered. So after you and your teachers have entered the data, can you get the data back and use it for yourself? And the answer is yes. You can run a data dump on demand and get the data in a data dump from IDEC. The IDEC website will create a new data dump for that school year and will include the follow-up data that was entered. Let's go see how we do it. To run our data dump for the previous school year, first we move over to the left-hand side of the screen and select a previous school year from the school year drop-down menu. Then we move our mouse over to the data dump button and click on the data dump button. Clicking the data dump button will insert a request into our reporting system to run a data dump. You will receive a confirmation message when the data dump request has been inserted into the queue. You will then receive an email when your data dump is ready to download. To download our new data dump, we go to the Reports tab and click on it. And you'll see on the center of the page where your files are listed that you now have 2 data dumps or a similar file name. So how do we know which one is the most recent data dump for us to download? All you have to do is look over here under the column that shows when the file was created and download the most recent data dump from the website. So in our example, it's this one right here. To download it, just click on the name of the data dump. So I hope you and your teachers will find this new feature on the IDEC website helpful. But I'm sure you're asking yourself, how much does it cost to use this? And the answer, it's free. You and your teachers can start using it right now for no cost. Do you have to enter follow-up data? No, it's optional. If you don't enter any follow-up data, it won't affect your reports or anything. It's there for you to use if you want to. Which students can you enter follow-up data for? You can enter it for reading recovery students, descubriendo la lectura students, random sample students, both RR and DLL, and tested not instructed students. What do you need to do so you can start using this follow-up data feature? Just start having your teachers enter follow-up data. There's no need to let IDEC know that you're using it. You can just start using it right away. Thank you for watching this video on entering follow-up data, and have a good day.